Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Baiju's exam prep. First of all, tell me if I'm audible or not. Thank you, Danya. I'm audible. Great. Give me a second. We'll start in a minute. Let other friends join. I'm good, Praveen. Good morning, everyone. All are good this side. Dodika, please check from your side. Everything is good this side. Okay, let's begin. How many of you, great Pooja, you can write mail to me for that. Namaste, Kunal. Morning, Atish. How many of you were there in yesterday's last part of the class? Anyone who was not there? Saurav, we are around 1919 right now. Anyone who was not there in yesterday's last class? Pooja, if you are a weekday batch student, not a problem. Why I'm telling you? Because today we have to first of all complete what was pending yesterday. So just give me a second. Yesterday, Hunter Commission was pending, and apart from Hunter Commission, we have to see Udham Singh and then GOI Act 1919. Is my voice okay or is it echoing? Everyone, echo is there? I also feel that. I feel somewhat there is some echo. Just give me a second. Voice. Just give me a second. I have informed the technical team. They are looking into this. In the meantime, these are the topics that are pending. Let's begin with the first topic of the day. That's your Hunter Commission. All of you, why was the Hunter Commission formed at this point of time? Why was this commission formed? Absolutely, Avni, you are correct. The purpose of this commission was to look into the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. You know that what has happened in this massacre, for that they needed a committee to look into this. That's why this particular, commission was formed at this point of time. Now, guys, as the name clearly indicates, that Hunter Commission, clearly you all can understand that one of the, or the chairperson here would be somebody with the name of Hunter, isn't it? This is very simple. Lord William Hunter was the head of this. No, Puja, wrong. Now, guys, who appointed it? Remember, the Secretary of State in those days, Edwin Montagu, appointed this particular commission. They appointed this. Now, the last very important detail about this commission. Remember, always it had Indian members also. So, for example, don't remember the names. I'm just mentioning for your benefit. 3 members of this commission were Indian people. Don't remember their names. In the slide, the names are mentioned. You can see here. They were Chimanlal Harilal Talwar, Pandit Jagat Narayan, and Sardar Sahibzada Sultan Ahmad Khan. 3 people were there who were of Indian origin. But then, please be very, very clear. These all people, they were Indians. This is the most important thing you have to remember, because in exam, it might be said that why did we reject this commission's report? We rejected this report because of the reason that there was no Indian in this. Wrong. The fact was that there were 3 Indians in this committee. Let me take the other pen color now. You can see here. Guys, this committees, I think the eco would have ended. The technical team has already resolved that. The eco would have ended. I don't think there would be any eco now. The eco would have ended. Gulam, I don't think there should be any problem in sound now. Technical team has already informed. They have, taken care of that. Thank you, everyone. So, guys, this commission's report was basically an eyewash. Nothing really came out of this report. In fact, in those days, House of Lords endorsed the action of Dyer. Guys, yesterday only I told you, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore returned his knighthood because of this reason. House of Lords is like their Rajya Sabha. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore said, how could you people say that whatever General Dyer has done is correct? Not only this, guys, let me tell you one more very important thing. The newspaper, the Morning Post, in those days collected 30,000 pounds for General Dyer. And one very important contributor was Rudyard Kipling. Guys, you can see 30,000 pounds was collected by them at this point to help General Dyer. All of you, can you observe one thing? that the Britishers, they are clearly thinking that General Dyer is correct. House of Lords has supported him. People are sending money to him. All of you, can you notice this thing or not? People are sending money. Morning Post is a newspaper, Rohit. People are sending money for him. This is the reason. No action was taken on Dyer. Guys, can you all tell me why is it that everybody is supporting General Dyer at this point of time? In your opinion, what could be the reason that General Dyer, everybody is supporting him? Hi, Sumer. Racist they are, but whole country you should not say racist. Guys, basically, it was being felt at this moment that General Dyer has basically stopped another 1857 revolt. That is why, Krishna, you can see people are having sympathy for General Dyer. They are trying to help Dyer that if any problem he faces in future, he should have money. Guys, only thing he was accused of was mistaken notion of duty. That is, he did not understand where he should have stopped, and he was recalled from India. Okay, guys, can you tell me who is Rudyard Kipling? Somebody is asking me. Dinesh is asking who is Rudyard Kipling. All of you, do you know who is Rudyard Kipling? Yes, he's a very famous writer. Very, very famous writer. Yes, Avni, Ananya, The Jungle Book. All of you, he has written the famous book, The Jungle Book. So, guys, please remember Rudyard Kipling's name. Everyone, is this slide clear? All of you, is this slide clear? So, my next point is what we have already studied when we were doing Gurudwara reform movement, socio-religious reform movement 2 weeks before. Guys, if you remember, there I had told you the fact that Gurudwaras had honored General Dyer. Darbar Sahib Gurudwara had honored General Dyer at this moment. This became the reason for the launch of Gurudwara reform movement. If you all remember, we have already studied this in the Gurudwara reform movement that it was this man who was honored, which resulted that people said, no, Gurudwaras have to be reformed at this point. Guys, Congress also sent a commission and Congress clearly said everything done here was totally, totally wrong. All of you, look at this slide. Last one time, any doubt on Hunter Commission? Everyone, any doubt on Hunter Commission? Guys, any doubt on Hunter Commission? I hope the font is big enough. Rohit, we had studied that. Were you in socio-religious reform movement or not? We have already studied in socio-religious reform movement. All of you, those who are asking why Gurudwara honored him, did you attend that class or not? 30,000 is pounds, clearly written Sai Babu. 30,000 is pounds, money. In Britain, pounds go. Just like we have rupiah, they have pounds. Anya, if you remember the date, hardly there is any date in this. I don't know which date you are talking about it. Last thing, guys, those who are asking why did Gurudwaras honor General Dyer, please study your 8th module once again. We had studied over there that these Gurudwaras were right now controlled by Udasi Mahants. They were corrupt. And that's why this movement was started against the Gurudwaras. The movement was started so that, these Mahants could be removed who had made their position hereditary. And that's why ultimately it led to the formation of Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee, SGPC. Do you remember, guys, now? Do you remember we have studied this earlier? Last part of this, Sardar Udham Singh. Heard this name? Everyone, have you heard this name? 13th March 1940, where in London, Caxton Hall. What did he do? He assassinated Michael O. Dwyer. Please understand, guys, some of you who are writing, he killed Dyer. No, he killed Michael O. Dwyer. There is a difference in Dyer and Dwyer. Please understand, those who are asking, who is he? He was the Lieutenant Governor of Punjab in those days. And guys, everybody felt that this man was the mastermind of Jallianwala Bagh. See, General Dyer may have ordered the shooting, but actually it was this man who did all these things. So Udham Singh was the person who had done all these. Guys, why did he do this? To take the revenge of Jallianwala Bagh. And let me tell you guys, he himself was hurt on the day of Jallianwala Bagh. Guys, that day he was present in Jallianwala Bagh, and one bullet, had, slightly hurt him also that day. But then it's not that he wants to take revenge that he got hurt. He wants to take the revenge because thousands of the people, innocent people, were killed on that day. Everyone, am I clear till here? Please see the name that he had taken on that day. Guys, can you see this name? All of you. Ram Muhammad Singh Azad. Ram representing Hindu, Muhammad representing Muslim, Singh representing Sikh, Azad representing that he was an independent man. He represented, all these things. This was his alias. He took this name when he had gone to do this thing? Invariably, guys, he was arrested and later hanged on 31st July 1940. Congress in those days criticized this. They said that, see, violence is not the answer, though this man was courageous. But Congress made it very, very clear that, see, this is not the way. But after independence, Nehru gave him the title of Shaheed. And from there onwards, he is known as Shaheed Udham Singh. Some people are asking, why did he not kill Dyer? Please understand, guys, General Dyer had died in 1927 itself. So how could he kill Dyer? So he had to take the revenge, and took the revenge from whom? Michael O. Dyer. Everyone, any doubt in Udham Singh? All of you, any doubt in Udham Singh? Very simple. Today only we will do revolutionary chapter. Please include Udham Singh in that only. Yes, he did a lot of planning to execute the murder or the assassination of Michael O'Dwyer. A lot of planning was done at this point of time. Yes, Nikhil, absolutely correct. Guys, we are done with Jallianwala Bagh. Hopefully, no doubts. All of you, hopefully, no doubts in general, or sorry, in Jallianwala Bagh. We are moving to the last topic of this chapter, which was left. And personally, if you all ask me, the most important chapter. What is the chapter now, guys? GOI Act 1919. How many of you have heard about this? How many of you have heard about this? Okay, guys. Good. If you all recall, yesterday only I told you, Montagu gave statement in 1917. Remember, when I was teaching you Home Rule League, did I not tell you that in August 1917, Montagu, who was the Secretary of State, gave a statement. In this statement, Montagu said that the British government want that slowly and slowly more participation of the Indians should be done in the administration. So, guys, from now onwards, the demand of self government would not be seditious. Everyone, do you understand this? That's why yesterday, if you remember, Annie Besant and everybody was released at this point of time from jail. All of you, is this point clear? Now, if you demand that please give us self government, no problem with that. You will get self government. It's not seditious. Deshdroh nahi hai. If you are asking for your own government from here onwards, it would not be seditious. Everyone, tell me, should we not be happy now? All of you, Should we not be happy now? We should be, but then also we had basically two objections. Guys, what are our objections? Number one, our first objection is that no time frame has been given. Means, भाई आज दोगे, कल दोगे, 10 साल बाद दोगे. When will you give it? Today, tomorrow, after 1 year, after 10 years? When are you going to give it to us? That has not been clarified. You have only said that you will give this. Number two, guys, in all these decisions, no Indians are involved. Our second objection is that everything that has to be decided for India is being decided by you people itself. So it is absolutely wrong. You should involve us also, the Indians, that what do we want? That is not being done. Everyone, are we clear with the objections? All of you. Now, if you all recall yesterday, I told you Rowlatt Act is stick, Montagu Chelmsford is carrot, reward. So my question is, why are the Britishers giving us something right now? Why the Britishers are offering us something right now? Guys, always remember, whenever they offer something to us, it is mainly because they need something from us. What is that? World War I is going on. And because the World War is going on, they need Indian help. The British need our help in the form of both men as well as resources. Everyone, do you understand? Why are they offering us something? Because they need our help. If they wouldn't have needed our help, maybe they wouldn't have offered us anything. Everyone, is this slide clear? Because provisions, there are many provisions I will write in the next. Is this slide clear, guys? Guys, at least give yes, no, something. I don't know. Okay. Guys, now UPSC has asked a lot of question on this particular topic, and most of the questions have been about the provisions of this particular act. Montagu is a name, Sai Babu. Provisions. The first provision. Guys, please see this first provision. Relaxation of central control over provinces. Guys, basically it means, Manu, see this. Relaxation of central control over provinces means that now provinces were much more autonomous at this point of time. The provinces were much more autonomous at this point of time. That's the thing. Relaxation. Now, if I have to write one more line under this, basically, the central and provincial legislatures, they were given their own lists on which they could make their laws. Everyone, are you getting this? All of these people, they were given their own lists at this point of time, that go make your own laws on these. So the center gave certain topics to the state, and on that the provincial legislatures would make the laws, thus autonomous. Number two, how many of you understand bicameralism? Guys, how many of you understand bicameralism? Absolutely, two houses in the parliament. Just like today we have Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. In those days, at the center, bicameralism was introduced. Upper house was Council of State, lower house was Legislative Assembly. So guys, can you see here that now they have given two houses, and very, very important, majority of the members, they were chosen by direct election at this point of time. All of you, are you seeing this? Now the majority of the members at this moment, they would be chosen by direct election. See, the numbers are not important, but if you you know uh, ask the member number, this body had 145 members, this body had 60 members. Yes, Sachin. 145 members in the lower house, 60 members here. Now, everyone see very, very important point. Yesterday we studied separate electorate was given to the Muslims. Now the separate electorate was given to Christian, Sikh, Anglo-Indians, and one more, Europeans. Guys, Europeans. Everyone, can you see communalism is only being increased in our country? All of you, can you see communalism is only getting increased at this point of time? Is this thing visible or not to you? Now more and more communities, they are being given separate electorate. People are being divided on the lines of community. Power was also increased. Absolutely, you are correct. There is no doubt. You could ask questions. You could ask supplementary questions also. Part of the budget was now votable. So some more powers were given. The seating method was not there in Nikhil those days. That's the thing. Dhanya, yesterday only we studied separate electorate for Muslims was given in 1909 itself. So why would it be re-given right now? Where they either you were not there in yesterday's class, Morley-Minto reforms. We have studied Muslims have been given that in 1909 itself. Please see this sixth point, very, very important. Women were for the first time given right to vote. Guys, till date, women were never ever allowed to vote. Now, women can also vote. So clearly, I can say Indian legislature became more representative. Last point, 3 out of 6 members. Some books have written 3 out of 8. Some books have written 3 out of 6. 3 out of 6 members of Viceroy's uh, Executive Council, they would be Indians now. If you all remember, yesterday, who was the first Indian member of Viceroy's Executive Council, guys? Who was the first Indian member of the Viceroy's Executive Council, guys? Satyendra Prasad Sinha, SP Sinha, we studied yesterday. So now 3 members would be Indians. But one very important thing, commander of chief would not be Indian. Please remember, guys, commander in chief will always be British. That person will never be Indian. Last but not the least, guys, you all have already studied in the previous class, civil services. It talked about establishment of a public service commission, and this was given the Central Public Service Commission was set up in 1926. Please remember this point we studied in civil services chapter. So which committee, guys, can you remember which committee had talked about public service commission? Okay, tell me the committees of civil services. Anyone, tell me the committees only. Nobody has answered this. In civil services chapter, we studied 3 committees: Atchison, Islington, Lee. And it was in 1912, Islington, that this, Lee Commission had also recommended this in 1920s. Lee Commission had talked about this. Guys, first time provincial budget was separated from central budget. First time it is happening that both the budgets were separated. That's corollary to point number 1 only. Not that important, but a new office for the High Commissioner for India was set up in London, and some of the works of Secretary of State were transferred to this High Commissioner for India. And guys, today only we will study the last important point. Under this law, it was mentioned that after 10 years, a statutory commission to inquire into the working of, and please look at this word, Montagu Chelmsford, in short, is also written as Montford. So, to inquire how this is working, for that, after 10 years, another committee would come, which we would study today itself, would be known as Simon Commission. Guys, you would see this committee would be known as Simon Commission. After 10 years, this committee would be formed, and this committee would get its name as Simon Commission. We will study today itself, guys. Anyone, any doubt in these two slides? Because now we would come to the most important point of this. No, Dinesh, it's not like that. Half is one. It's not maths here. 3 out of 6 members is being talked about. I told you, different books, different information. Yes, Sachin, mains question has come on this topic. I think today we'll have a lot of this thing also. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, see, we have the economic history questions today. Around 20 questions we will discuss today, economic history. Everyone, diarchy. Heard this word? All of you. Have you heard the word called diarchy? See, literally means rule of two. Now, this comes from Greek word di plus archy. No, that was different. Remember, this means double rule. Everyone, can you see? Now, first of all, understand. This was brought only in the provinces. All of you remember, diarchy is not being brought in center. It is only brought in the provinces, and let me tell you, the final conclusion of this was that diarchy was more or less unsuccessful. This was not a very successful thing that was done by the British. So guys, please understand what is diarchy. See, under this, all the subjects were divided into two types. Either the subjects would be called reserved, or the subjects would be called transferred. Guys, either it is reserved or it is transferred at this point of time. Now, reserved subjects would be managed by governor or administered by the governor, and in this, governor would be held by his executive council. And lastly, in these subjects, they would not be responsible to the legislative council. Everyone, is this clear? That under diarchy, some topics would be given directly to the governor to be held or to be administered by the help of his council. And under these topics, he would never be responsible to the legislative council. Everyone, is this clear? On the other hand, transferred would be again managed by the governor, but with the help of popularly elected ministers, and they would be responsible to the executive council. They would be responsible to the executive council at this point of time. So now, guys, you would have very simple thing. That's how do we know which are reserved, which are transferred? So remember, finance, law and order, revenue, irrigation, these are reserved and transferred. Health, education, local government, industry, they all are on this side, that is transferred. Guys, how can you remember these? Let me tell you, simple rule. Remember, wherever there is power, that would be under reserved. Wherever there is, I would say, responsibility, it would come under transferred. Very simple funda to remember this. Whenever there is power, that would always be kept by the Britishers for themselves under the governor. Whenever there is, if you see, responsibility, it is given to the Indians. Sachin, I did not. Oh, okay. There is a mistake I did here. Thank you, Sachin. Responsible to the Legislative Council. Everyone, any doubt till here? Because we are done with the first part of our chapter today. Whatever was remaining in yesterday's lecture, it took us 50 minutes. We are done with that. Everyone, very, very important chapter just now I have discussed. UPSC has continuously asked questions from this section. Done? Guys, new module, which is our 15th module, that is towards mass movement till 1930. Now, what all we will study in this topic? We shall study non-cooperation movement, Khilafat movement. We will study these two movements would be ended by Chauri Chaura. Then we shall study Swaraj Party. Then Simon Commission. Nehru Report. Lahore Session. Of course, Deepavali Declaration, and last, Butler Committee. All of you, are the topics of this chapter clear to you? Everyone, all the topics of this chapter. Mopla, I'll do in the next week, Gaurav. Everyone, topics are clear? Now, prelims. Out of these topics, Butler has come, Lahore has come, Nehru Report, Simon, and these are for mains as well as prelims. Okay? Guys, very, very important chapter. Recently also questions have come from this chapter and we are going to do all those. Now, in simple words, please understand, everyone, these two movements would happen between 1919 till 22. Both these two movements will be mass movements. Both these two movements would be led by Gandhiji. Gandhiji would lead these movements, and because it is Gandhian movements, it would be non-violent. The name only suggests the plank of this movement would be about non-cooperation, and the highlight of this movement would be Hindu-Muslim unity. Everyone, am I clear? All of you, am I clear with this introduction? You will see that this would be a movement where you would see the Hindu-Muslim unity would be at its peak. You will never ever see this much unity between Hindus and Muslims ever. The peak would be right now. Of course, the first really big movement of Gandhiji. I'm not going to teach you this slide. Everyone, these are the causes of NCM. Look at these 5 points. Everyone, which point you don't understand? Just today only we did GI Act 1919. Yesterday we did Rowlatt Act. Yesterday we did Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Today, fourth point, Khilafat we will study in some time. Khilafat we will study in some point. Guys, yesterday only I told you this also. If you remember, because of the war, the economic conditions were very, very harsh on the people. There was high, I would say, inflation, that is, the prices had gone up. Now, you all can understand if the inflation is high, people would be facing a lot of hardships. Similarly, unemployment, there were less jobs at this point of time. So, all these were the issues that led to the non cooperation movement. Yes, Gulam, inflation means price rise. Everyone, is this clear? Now, guys, I will not teach you next slide also because we did it yesterday only. Please tell me here. Guys, do you remember yesterday Congress and Muslim League did Lucknow Pact? The question is, why are Hindus and Muslims working together? The answer to that is yesterday they did Rowlatt Act. Sorry, yesterday they did the Lucknow Pact. Number two, guys, this act was bad for Hindu, Muslim, every section of the society. All the sections of the society hated this particular act. Yesterday only we studied like people like Azad, their journals like Al Hilal, Muhammad Ali Johar, his journal, like Comrade, they were stopped by the British, they were arrested. All these younger leaders, they are now more dominating the league than the earlier leaders of the Aligarh school. So the younger leaders of the league, they were also very much anti-imperialistic at this point of time, totally against the government. Now, guys, comes the first slide where I have to teach you something for this chapter. How many of you have some idea? Krishna, we will study that later. Khilafat. Any idea, guys? Anyone? What exactly is Khilafat? What is Khilafat, guys? All of you, see here. Khilafat comes from the word Khalifa. No puja, no. Red Kurti movement, wrong. Khalifa was the political and spiritual head of the Muslims all over the world. Please understand, guys. Khalifa is basically political and spiritual head of Muslims all over the world. Now the problem is, in World War I, Khalifa had fought with Germany. Just a second. And guys, this war they had fought against the British and their allies. Now tell me, who won in this war? Who won this war? The British won. They lost. Now guys, you all have not done world history right now. Don't worry about this. In world history, you will study that everyone who lost, they were forced to sign some very humiliating treaty. Like, for example, Germany had to sign Treaty of Versailles. Similar humiliating treaty was waiting for the Khalifa also. Similar humiliating treaty at this moment was waiting for Khalifa. Guys, ultimately you will see Khalifa's Ottoman Empire is present day Turkey area. You would see this was completely dismembered and Khalifa was removed from power. Ultimately, this would happen. But right now, we are agitating, we are doing this movement to stop this from happening. That Turkey should not be broken and Khalifa should remain some of his power. So, all of you, who is leading this Khilafat movement in our country? A Khilafat committee was set up by Muhammad Ali Johar, Shaukat Ali, Hazrat Mohani, Maulana Azad, one more name I have to write, Ajmal Khan. All these people, they came up and they formed this particular committee at this point of time. All these. And last point, guys, what are their demands? What are they demanding? Number one, Khalifa must retain Muslim sacred places. Means, guys, for example, Makkah, Medina, these are the Muslim sacred places. Similarly, there are many such sacred places for Muslims, like Jerusalem in Palestine and all. So, the whole first point that they were asking was that all those places which are sacred for the Muslims must stay under the control of the Khalifa. Second, Khilafat must have sufficient territory to protect Islamic faith and Zazirat ul Arab. Guys, do you understand what is Zazirat ul Arab? Any idea what is Zazirat ul Arab? Me right here, areas like Arabia, Syria, Iraq, Palestine. The demand is all these areas which, presently are Muslim dominated, they should be under Muslim sovereignty itself. That is, guys, at this moment, who are the victors? The British and the Allies. All of you, British and the Allies belong to which religion? Christianity. So the Khilafat movement is worried that it should not happen that these areas tomorrow go under the control of the Christians. It should be under the control of the Muslims only. So it is under their control now. It should remain under their control only in the future also. Guys, any question right now? And I've got one question from Nikhil. No, please understand, Khilafat movement, Nikhil, to some extent is communal. There is no doubt about that. But then the idea here was, yes, you are correct, superficial unity only came, but the idea was that on this issue, if the Hindus support the Muslims, what would happen is that there would be a unity, which in the non-cooperation movement proved correct. There was a unity, there is no doubt. But yes, to some extent, the communalization of the movement did happen. No denial to that. Hindu-Muslim unity to some extent was achieved at this point of time. Any other reason, guys? Any other point here? All of you, any other point? Gandhi would support Ghulam. You will see just now. Wait for some minutes. Everyone, any other query here? Pinky, Zazirat point is all these countries in Western Asia, they are called Zazirat ul Arab. They are Muslim dominated country, Muslim majority country, and the demand is that in future also it should be under their control only. Pooja, you will study that in world history, not here. No, we will not study that. Guys, the Treaty of Versailles, Treaty of Sevres, all these you will study in world history. These are the treaties that were signed with Germany, Turkey, etc. So when you are taught World War I, you would be taught these treaties over there, not here. Full name of Azad. Yesterday also we did Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Pritha, just now I told you Zaziratul Arab. I have written in bracket also all these countries, these all are parts of Zaziratul Arab. Everyone, let us move ahead. November 1919, there was a Khilafat conference which was organized. Guys, this conference was done in Delhi, and here they gave the boycott of British goods. They gave a call that let's boycott the British goods. All of you, do you remember? Have we done this, something like this before? Have we ever done boycott of British goods before also? Have we ever studied something like this? Absolutely. In Swadeshi movement, guys, there only I told you, why do we boycott the British goods? What is the logic of boycott of British goods? What's the logic that we are boycotting the British goods at this point? What is the logic in that? There must be some logic, no? That why are we boycotting the British goods only? Why? Absolutely financial damage. Hurt them where it hurts them most. Yes, Avni, absolutely correct. So, the whole idea is by boycotting the British goods, hurt the British economically. The place where it hurts them the most, hurt them over there. Now, guys, Khilafat leaders, they were saying that whatever the treaty is, the peace terms of the treaty must be favorable to Turkey. Guys, their point is that if the peace treaty which you are signing with Turkey is not favorable to Turkey, then we will stop all the cooperation. And you all were asking this point. Please note down here only. Gandhiji was the president of this conference. And Gandhiji here for the first time is seeing that there is a great possibility of mass movement, a united non-cooperation movement. If the Muslims also join this movement, it would be great at this point of time. Everyone, am I clear till here? All of you, am I clear till here what Gandhiji is seeing? Gandhiji is seeing the possibility that can we do something together? Yes, we can do. But then, everyone, there is a problem. Gandhiji alone cannot do everything. Gandhiji has to convince Congress also. Don't you think? All of you, don't you think that Gandhiji would have to persuade Congress that please support this movement? And the problem is, Congress was not united on this issue. Guys, what were the objections of Congress? There were leaders like Tilak. Tilak was very clearly opposed to the pact with Muslims over a religious issue. Guys, Tilak's point was that Khilafat is totally a religious issue. Under no circumstance should we cooperate with the British on this particular point. Sorry, cooperate with the Muslims. This is a religious matter. Other than that, Tilak also had doubts over Satyagraha. While please see it quickly. Guys, Tilak also was not sure about Gandhiji's methods. He was not really convinced by his methods. Not only Tilak, guys, there were some other people also. Gandhiji wanted boycott of councils. But here also, guys, leaders like C.R. Das were not willing. C.R. Das wanted to go and fight the council elections. Gandhiji was saying, let's boycott the council. Chitranjan Das was saying, no, we should fight the council elections. So, guys, ultimately, C.R. Das went with Congress and boycotted 1920 November council elections. But at this moment, they were also not sure that should we boycott the elections or not. Guys, ultimately, Gandhiji got Congress approval. Finally, Gandhiji got the Congress approval, and you all can understand Muslim League was already supporting Congress on this issue because this was an issue related to the Muslim religion. Guys, we are done with the background of non-cooperation Khilafat. Anyone, any doubt till this point? Break after 10 minutes. I'll give you lunch break at 1 p.m. I will give you. Those who are, attending every weekend class, lunch break is at 1 p.m. Any doubt, guys, here? No need to remember the dates that I'm, writing. C.R. Das wanted to fight the election, Gulam, and Gandhiji wanted boycott of the councils. Simple difference in view. Yera, Congress approved whatever Gandhiji wanted. They went, I'll just now show you, boycotted the councils and did the movement. Dinesh, please understand. I said C.R. Das did not want to boycott councils initially, but later, after the persuasion of Gandhiji, he went ahead with the majority. Whatever Gandhiji and Congress decided, C.R. Das decided to follow that particular thing. Guys, you don't have to remember the dates which I'm going to write, but then please see and keep an idea. November 1919, you saw Khilafat conference had given a call for the boycott of the British goods. Now jump to February 1920. February 1920, a joint Hindu Muslim delegation was sent to the Viceroy. Guys, a joint Hindu Muslim delegation was sent to the Viceroy at this point of time. Guys, this delegation, wanted that the Viceroy should help the Khilafat committee, should help the Khalifa. But the problem was this mission failed. Now, all of you understand. Why did this mission fail? Because World War I was a, global war. Nothing could be decided by the Governor General on his own. So, no concrete, answer could be achieved at this point. Around this point, then, Gandhiji announced that now, whatever happened in Punjab, whatever wrong things happened through Government of India Act 1919, all these have been overshadowed by the wrongs done in Khilafat. All these were overshadowed by the wrongs done in Khilafat. So Gandhiji made one thing very, very clear, that he is going to launch NCM, if the peace terms, that is the peace treaty which will be done by these with the Turkey, with the Khalifa, if the peace terms are unable to satisfy Indian Muslims. Guys, Gandhiji is making one thing very, very clear, that see, if the treaty that you do with this Khalifa does not make the Indian Muslims happy, then we are going to boycott this. Then we are going to start the big NCM. Overshadowing means that now the biggest issue is Khilafat wrongs. Delegation failed, Avni, because this is a global war. This is not a war done by, some country, one India and something. So any decision which would be taken in world history, you will study, would be taken by Paris Peace Conference, not by the Governor General himself. Everyone, any other doubt here? Hello, Arshad. Any other doubt, guys? Anyone having any other doubt here? Please understand, in May 1920, the Treaty of Sèvres was passed. Guys, this is the treaty with Turkey. In those days, Ottoman Empire. And Ottoman Empire was totally broken at this point into smaller units. All of you, have you seen the Western Asia's map, Middle East map? Have you ever seen Middle East map? All these countries that you see, Iraq, Syria, Palestine, Jordan, Lebanon, they all, even parts of Egypt and all, they were part of the Ottoman Empire. Guys, at this moment, they were broken. In world history, I always say people, even in IR, I say people that all the problems that the world today faces is because of the Western power only. The British, the Americans, the way they divided the Middle East after the World War I, it created hundreds of issues which we are facing even till today. Middle East was divided, I don't know how many of you, I'll just tell you guys. Have you ever seen Atlas? Guys, you all have Atlas? Most of you would have Atlas. Any day, look at the countries of Africa and Middle East. Look at their maps. You would see their maps are like this. Lines of their boundaries are drawn like this. Guys, why are the boundaries drawn like this? The boundaries are drawn like this because all these divisions were done sitting in the, rooms. These imperialistic powers, they sat in the room and divided these countries. This is called your panhandle. This, drawing of the lines like this is known as your panhandles. So all this is done by these Western countries. Okay. Let me, undo this. Okay. Guys, just a second. I want to start the whole NCM and complete it in one go. So I'll give you the break 4 minutes earlier only. So you would have a break right now. from 11:27 to 11:37. Guys, your lunch break will be at 1 p.m. lunch break. After the small break, that when we come back, we will see the whole NCM movement. Am I clear? Everyone, let's meet after the small break. Many parts of you will study in world history. Am I audible? Everyone, am I audible? Okay, let's begin. Anyone, any doubt till here? Anyone, any doubt till here, this point? Yes, Sudhanshu. Okay. See, once the Turkey was, broken into many parts and the demands were not accepted, all of you tell me, what is the option now in front of everyone? There is no other option but then start the movement. That's why once this had happened in May, next month, June 1920, all party conference was organized. This was done in Allahabad. Now, in this all party conference, it was decided that see, the program that you have approved, again, the same thing, boycott the school, boycott the colleges, boycott the law courts, everything is approved. So, the program is approved, and basically, Gandhiji would be leading us. Gandhiji is going to be our leader. It is Gandhiji who would lead us as far as this movement is concerned. Sorry. August 31st, 1920, officially non-cooperation movement has now been launched. And guys, one very important fact that you should remember is 1st August 1930, the great leader, 1920, the great leader Tilak was dead. Tilak had died on 1st August 1920. Guys, I'm telling you this very, very clearly. Why? That tomorrow in UPSC, the question will be that see, Tilak contributed heavily in NCM. No. Bal Gangadhar Tilak had died before this movement could have officially begun. Everyone, one slide I'll not write. That is next month in Calcutta, Congress approved the NCM. All of you, please see this slide. Everyone, please see these 5 points. Any doubt in these 5 points? All of you, any doubt in these 5 points? Congress has approved the NCM. Congress is saying till the time the Punjab wrongs are not resolved. Gulam, we have studied legislative council boycott. Right now also we saw that C.R. Das was convinced, and even in Swadeshi we saw that legislative election council we should not participate. Guys, anyone, any other doubt? Any one of you, any other doubt? All of you, Pritha, last time also we saw. Guys, this is, I'm saying, this is a repetition of Swadeshi movement. Last time also saw that the lawyers, they were resigning from the courts. They would be working in the panchayats instead. The government honors were returned. Yesterday we saw titles were returned. Like during the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Gandhiji after that had returned his Kesari Hind title. All this is being done here. Remember, guys? Under this, in the first phase, whatever I showed you was NCM. All of you tell me, again, I'm going for this slide. Guys, if you do any of these 5 points, are you breaking any law? All of you think, if you do any of these 5 points, are you breaking any law? No. You are simply not cooperating with the British government. You are simply saying, we will not buy your goods, we will not go to your schools, we will not go to your colleges. So, under this, no way that you are boycotting the or you are breaking any law. But then, guys, under this movement, after the successful completion of the first phase, second phase was to begin, and second phase would be CDM. Now, what is CDM? Guys, CDM is basically where you are with entire civility going to disobey the British. That is, you are going to break the laws. All of you, let me go once again to that slide. See here. Guys, look at the first point. Second phase, civil disobedience would begin, and you would resign from government jobs. You would not pay the taxes. Every one of you, tell me, are you breaking the law? If you don't pay the tax, are you breaking the law? If you resign from government service, are you doing that? If you resign, if you don't pay the taxes, are you breaking the law? All of you think, if you are resigning, if you are doing this, do you break the law? Yes. If you don't pay the tax, you definitely break the law. So, resign from government service. Similarly, the other point would be non-payment of taxes. Last year's UPSC question came from my next point that I'm going to write. Guys, Gandhiji said, while you are doing all this, also keep on doing constructive program. All of you tell me, everyone, what is constructive program? Do you have any idea what exactly is constructive program? Each one of you, do you have any idea what is constructive program? Yes, Ananya, that is correct. Any other point? Any other point? Yes. Guys, while you are doing this, keep on doing Hindu Muslim unity, keep on working for removal of untouchability. Any other point, guys? Any other point? Okay, you are not giving me the point. Khadi promotion. All of you, keep on promoting our own goods. National schools and colleges. Keep on promoting national school and college. Keep on working for prohibition, that is, oppose alcohol and all such goods. Everyone, am I clear about this? All of you, am I clear about this? Thank you. I will show you this once again. This is last year's means question. Moving ahead. A very, very important session was done in 1920 Nagpur session. Guys, this is the regular session of Congress done in the month of December 1920. And in this, the program of non-cooperation was endorsed. Congress made it very, very clear that they are going to work for non-cooperation. And all of you see here another very important change. Change was done that Congress said in order to attain Swaraj, they would be peaceful, but they may go for extra constitutional mass struggle. So Congress made it very, very clear that at this moment we are going to go ahead with extra constitutional mass struggle. We would go beyond this also. What has been agreed, that is okay, but then we might go beyond the constitutional mechanisms also at this point of time. So we would go beyond them at this point. And everybody, Congress did some organizational changes at this moment. How many of you have heard about CWC? All of you, have you heard about CWC? Absolutely. Congress Working Committee. Congress Working Committee. Guys, at this moment, a 15-member Congress committee was formed. Basically, the idea of CWC is to assist the Congress president. 15 top Congress leaders would be there to help the Congress president at this point of time. Provincial Congress committees, they would be formed on the basis of language. All of you, think about this. I don't know which state you belong. Anyone from Bihar? Right now also the state Congress committee is known as what? Bihar Pradesh Congress Committee, Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, Tamil Nadu Pradesh Congress Committee, Maharashtra Pradesh Congress Committees. So they said that we are going to have, on the basis of language, these provincial Congress committees. Third, Congress said there will be ward committees at this moment. All of you, what do you understand by ward committee? Guys, what do you understand by ward committees? Please understand. Ward committees at the lowest level also. And the entry fee for this was kept at 4 annas. Guys, ward committee at the lowest level also, at the level of wards, committees were formed. Congress members were made in that, and 4 anna. At this moment, 4 anna was their entry fee. Ward, WARD, ward committee. Ward committee was set up at this point of time. Everyone, is this clear? If you want to ever criticize Gandhiji, I'm giving you one point here. Gandhiji said at this moment that if people follow the non-cooperation program, if they implement it completely for 1 year, then Swaraj will be at our doorstep within 1 year. If you follow it for 1 complete year, Swaraj would be at our doorstep within 1 year. This is the thing that Gandhiji said. You all know Swaraj did not come within 1 year. That is why the thing was that at this moment, if you want to criticize Gandhiji, you can do this on the basis of this particular point. Now, please see here, guys, those who are not understanding why an entry fee of 4 anna. First of all, understand, guys, today 1 rupee equivalent to 100 paisa. In those days, 1 rupee was equivalent to 16 anna, means 4 anna equivalent to 25 paisa. This is the first thing that you should understand. The other point that you should all understand at this point is, guys, every political party requires money to carry out its activities. So a lot of times these political parties, they get money from their own supporters. So 25 paisa, if every supporter is contributing, this will help in Congress, carrying out many of their activities. Everyone, clear? Is this point clear? Let me take one last slide. Many people resigned from Congress at this point of time. Like Jinnah resigned, Annie Besant resigned, S.N. Banerjee resigned, G.S. Kharpade resigned, Bipin Chandra Paul resigned. Guys, all these people left Congress at this point. One line is written about him that he formed Indian National Liberal Federation. About SN Banerjee, it is written that he formed these. Remember, guys, barring Jinnah, most of these other people will play no role in our future movements. Only Jinnah will play some role, other people would have no role. As far as G.S. Kharpade is concerned, guys, he was a colleague of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. No, please understand, in those days, Jinnah was a member of Congress also. Getting my point? No, Lakshya, but then what can you do? If you all see, guys, Lakshya has a question that, you know, that big parties will get more money because they have more supporters. But then that happens. Even now, if you see, this keeps on coming now every year, that which party has got how much donation. You can see continuously BJP gets the maximum number of donations. So you cannot say this, this happens all the time. Guys, Jinnah was not accepting Gandhian views. Jinnah was not happy with the Gandhian methods. So that is the thing. He resigned at this point of time. All these people, they resigned. Though, guys, I can tell you, and we will study this today in the evening, many revolutionaries supported government at this point. Supported NCM. We will study this in our today's evening. Guys, BC Paul, those who are asking, I told you, Bipin Chandra Paul. We have already studied about him. Everyone, I'm not telling you the revolutionaries point right now. I will be telling that in the evening class, that why did a lot of revolutionaries join Congress. Avni, they were not ready, they were not committed, with the views of Congress at this moment, because Congress is saying, let's go for extra constitutional methods. And these people believe that we should not go for extra constitutional methods at this point of time. So that is the reason many of these people resigned from Congress. Now, everyone, characteristics of the civil disobedience movement. Guys, any doubt? Same old point. Students have left these government schools and colleges. Students joined national schools and colleges. We have studied this also earlier. All of you. People who formed these schools and colleges at this point: Acharya Narendra Dev, C.R. Das, Lala Lajpat Rai, Zakir Hussain. And guys, for the first time in our chapter, Subhash Chandra Bose became the principal of National College. Do you remember who was the principal of National College last time? Guys, do you remember who was the principal of the National College last time? Aurobindo Ghosh, absolutely Prajwal. And now you can see here the president of the principal of the National College would be Subhash Chandra Bose. Guys, we will study about him a lot later. Right now, simply understand Netaji, as he would be called later, had cleared the civil services exam, resigned from civil services exam, and now had joined the freedom struggle. All of you, who is Zakir Hussain, later will go on to become President of India. All of you, British clothes were boycotted at this point of time. English clothes were boycotted. Guys, half in the smaller towns, the sale of the British goods had gone down. And guys, if you are not going for their clothes, what will you promote? Khadi clothes were permitted or promoted. Charkha. Everyone, do you know what is charkha? All of you have the idea about charkha? Charkha was now promoted. People started promoting charkha at this point of time. As I have already told you, Gandhiji is asking people, liquor shops, toddy shops, they were picketed. Guys, do you understand what is toddy? Do you understand what is toddy? Guys, toddy in Hindi, we call it tadi. It's like, I would say, you know, toddy is like, what do you say, this tadi. It's like homegrown liquor. That's the thing. Dates. In the morning, if you consume it, it's like a healthy drink. After fermentation, it becomes an intoxicant. So, picketing was done against them. See, those who are not, understanding charkha. Guys, charkha is, yeah, in different language, you would be using different words. I'm not saying that. Guys, charkha is basically, if you all understand it like this, Gandhian tool to manufacture or make spinning. So he would be using every, I would say, Congress leaders in those days would be seen with these charkhas. Similarly, if I go here only, lawyers resigned. A lot of big lawyers, guys. Most of these names you would have seen, though I will show you once again. And lastly, social boycott was also done at this point of time. Social boycott, we have already studied. See, please here. Guys, which all lawyers boycotted at this point? You can see their name. Any doubt in these names? Guys, any doubt in any of these names? See, Vallabhbhai Patel, Saifuddin Kichlu, Rajaji, Chitranjan Das, Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, all these names we have seen. Rajendra Prasad, we have seen. T. Prakasham, he was the leader from Andhra Pradesh, later went on to become the Chief Minister of Andhra. And Asif Ali, he was, the husband of Aruna Asif Ali, very big lawyer, and you will see his name. Later again, it would be coming. So, in this, I'm writing these names like Asif Ali, T. Prakasham, Rajaji, Rajendra Prasad, Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel. Guys, one more slide I would need. I think so, but other than that, you can see here. Tilak Swaraj Fund got created at this point of time. What is Tilak Swaraj Fund? Guys, under this 1 crore rupees was collected in those days. You all can see in the memory of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who died before this movement, Congress formed a fund. All of you think 100 years ago, collection of 1 crore rupees, how big this amount would have been. And out of this, 70 lakh came only from your Bombay. Similarly, at this point, Congress Volunteer Corps was also established. What is Congress Volunteer Corps? Guys, basically, Congress Volunteer Corps is that, don't go for and don't use the police machinery. So rather than the police machinery, use the Congress Volunteer Corps at this point. Anyone, any doubt in this whole slide? The characteristics of CDM, any doubt here? All of you, do you think by doing any of these work, we are breaking the law? Acharya Narendra Dev is a very famous socialist leader. About him we will study. Guys, do you think by doing any such thing, we are breaking any law? All of you. No, Congress Volunteer Corps is also not, breaking of any law. We are only forming our own volunteers. They don't have any power. They are not carrying guns, pistols. They will only, people would ask them to resolve their disputes. No law has been broken. But now, please see how the laws will be broken. Guys, Ali brothers gave a call to Muslims to resign from army. Ali brothers is giving this call to the Muslims that you should resign from army at this point of time. Don't you think, guys, this is breaking the law? Very soon, no tax movements in Guntur, Midnapur began. Similarly, guys, in Assam, tea plantations, there is a strike. Similarly, steamer services, there is a strike. The leader was J.M. Sen Gupta, and he also led in Assam Bengal Railways. He did these strikes. No, guys, army, you cannot resign like this. You cannot resign from army like this, that, oh mummy, I remember my mother, I'm going back. It cannot be like that. Guys, in the army and all, there are protocols. It cannot be that tomorrow everybody, those who are serving, for example, I'm giving in Manipur, they say, oh, situation has become very tough, we are going home. Do you think it can happen like that? All of you think, can you do this? Guys, in fact, Gandhiji also supported Ali brothers on this. He called this call. They said, do this. And lastly, when Prince of Wales had come to our country in November 21, he faced massive protests. Those who are asking who is James Sen Gupta, guys, husband of Nellie Sen Gupta, the third Women Congress president, very tall leader from Bengal Congress in those days. Very, very senior leader of Bengal Congress. And guys, we have already studied at this moment Gurudwara reform movements, Eka movement, Mopilla, all these movements also happened. Just one more slide, and mostly we are done with the first phase. Guys, what do you think would be government's response? Everyone, what do you think would be, guys, government response? Everyone, you can see, I'm directly showing you here. Please see, nothing very important. Remember, reading is new Governor General. And just now I told you about volunteer corps. It is illegal. Public meetings banned. Press gagged, and most of the leaders except Gandhiji, they all are in jail. Everyone, can you see the last point? Every one of you, can you see the last point? Most of these leaders, they have been put behind the bar. Guys, maybe Gandhiji was not arrested so that the government would keep the communication lines open. As you can see, Gandhi reading talks were going on, but those talks also failed around this point of time because government wanted that Gandhiji should criticize all those points of Ali brothers which they thought suggest violence. Gandhiji clearly understood that the government wanted to create a wedge differences between Ali brothers and Gandhiji, and that's why Gandhiji did not fall in this particular thing. Last slide, guys. Tell me, you all, what do you think would be the contribution of students? Nikhil, you cannot say it's a hypothetical statement. It might be also. Guys, students, they are the backbone of the movement. They are the biggest supporter of this particular movement. Similarly, guys, tell me, women, what will be their role in this movement? All of you tell me, what will be the role of women in this movement? Guys, shunned parda and jewelry and all were donated for Tilak Swaraj Fund. How did we get that much money? It was because the women, they donated their jewelry all together. All of you tell me, what do you think about Hindu Muslim unity? Everyone, guys, I would say at its peak, never ever such a unity would be visible, though there were some problems like Mopilla revolt and all. But overall, the fact was that the Muslims and Hindus, they were united totally at this point of time. Guys, what would be the, you know, peasants' role? All of you, what would be the role of peasants? Avinav, we have studied that in socio-religious reform movement. Were you there in the class or not? Guys, peasants also, they are massively there. They are there in this movement massively. That's why we said Eka, Mopilla, Awadh Kisan Sabhas, etc. Every place they are there. Lastly, all of you tell me, guys, business class, tell me what would be their response. What would be the response of business class, everyone? All of you think, what would be the response of business class? Guys, dekho, no, they are not giving money and all. Pro-British, okay. See, all of you, business class is happy. Why? Because Swadeshi goods are being bought. Everyone, don't you think business class is very, very happy because people are going to buy Swadeshi goods. So their goods will be bought more. But they are worried also. Why are they worried? Guys, they are also worried about labor unrest. Why labor unrest? Because you all could see many a times what happened. The labor, the workers, they would go on strikes. So at times they would be happy, at times they would be, skeptical about this. Sai Babu, we are talking about NCM. So why, which movement it would be? Everyone. Lastly, middle class, as I have said initially, led the movement, later had a lot of reservations, specifically in the, you know, no guy, no Prajwal, I'm saying they are manufacturer of goods. They are manufacturing the goods. If I am a industrialist of those days and people are buying my clothes, I would be happy. Guys, I've always told you that any movement cannot be very, very lengthy when it comes to mass movements. Otherwise, common man cannot join these movements in a big manner. So, all of you, last part of this chapter, guys, the last phase is nothing but Gandhiji is under pressure that please launch second phase of movement. Gandhiji, everybody is asking, when are you going to launch it? Guys, this is in the Ahmedabad session. Remember, for a fact, the president C.R. Das was in jail. That's why Hakim Ajmal Khan was made the acting president at this point of time. And guys, in this session, it was decided that Gandhiji is the sole authority. Whatever Gandhiji decides, we will do it. Guys, next year, on February 1st, 1922, Gandhiji announced that number one, release all the political prisoners. Release all political prisoners. And number two, press controls should be removed. Guys, Gandhiji is saying if these two things are done, we will not launch the second phase. If these two things are not done, we are going to launch the second phase. So Gandhiji is saying, accept our two conditions. If you accept this, great. If you don't accept it, we are going to start the big movement, the second phase of the movement. But then, guys, you all have studied even before this. Chauri Chaura took place on 5th February 1922. And as you all know, in this, 22 policemen, they were burnt. 22 policemen were burnt at this point of time. They were killed at this point. 22 policemen, they were killed at this moment. And because of this, Chauri Chaura, Gandhiji decided Gandhiji decided to call off NCM, even though on 12th February we were going to launch the no tax movement from Bardoli. But before this only, Chauri Chaura is in Uttar Pradesh near Gorakhpur. It's a small village, guys. But because of this incident, Gandhiji has called off the NCM movement even before we could launch our big movement. As you all can understand, Gandhiji is saying, focus on constructive activities at this time. Sai Babu, please do it fast. Everyone, we are done with NCM except one or two small topics. Any doubt till here? All of you, any doubt till here? Reservation of middle class, Sachin, I have told you earlier also that you cannot expect the middle class to continuously participate in a movement as lengthy as this. Initially, they are, with Gandhiji, but after some time, there would be fatigue when it comes to these movements. Why was there a clash in Chauri Chaura? Because the policemen had done a lathi charge on the people, which made people angry. Pritha, in this class only I have told you constructive programs few minutes back. I told constructive programs are like Hindu Muslim unity, untouchability removal, etc. I told that. Everyone, any other query? All of you, any other query? Such an extra constitutional means you are not paying taxes. What is that? Is that constitutional? Is that constitutional? Think. If you are not paying taxes, it is extra constitutional. You are resigning from army. You are resigning from government jobs. That is extra constitutional. Isn't it? Any other? Any other doubt, guys? भाई नॉन कोऑपरेशन खत्म किया, सारा डाउट भी खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. अरे भाई अभिनव, they are coming out, women are coming out, participating in this movement. So don't you think they are leaving the parda and doing the picketing of the liquor shops, etc.? Avni, police will always do lathi charge. Oh, there, that was some, these Khilafat people were protesting and the police did the lathi charge. Okay. Guys, one slide directly I will be doing here. Everyone, see this slide. All of you, see this slide. Why Gandhiji withdrew this movement? Nikhil, we will see that. Guys, see these 4 points. Anyone, any doubt in this 4? Because I hope this is clear by now. Please tell me yes or no. Otherwise, tell me which point you did not understand. Guys, if it's clear, it's great. Yamini, third, fatigue. I told you. Initially, Rohit Kumar has boycotted British good. Now Rohit Kumar is again buying the same old soap. Bhai, fatigue, thaka na jana. Bhai, middle class is again going back for their goods. Dhanya and all, those who are asking for 4th point. Pritha, I told that. Fatigue, I just now told. 4th point, government is not doing any talks. Bhai, 1 year has passed and no talks are happening with the government. How long can you continue with this movement if there are no talks? So you are looking for some sort of exit at this point of time. Everyone, is this clear? Great, Anushka. All of you, last part of this chapter. If you do evaluation of this particular movement, guys, can I say to great extent urban Muslims participated in this movement? All of you tell me, will I be correct to say urban Muslims participated in this movement? Okay guys, will I be correct to say artisans participated, peasants participated, students participated, women participated, traders participated, urban poor participated? All of you, can I say because of the participation of all the stratas of society, can I say because of the participation of all these people, millions of men and women participated here. Millions of men and women participated, and this made this movement a mass movement. All of you, can I say this thing? All of you, will I be correct to say that the fact that all these people participated has made the movement very, very successful? Guys, all of you, if you remember in the earlier classes, I had told the Britishers ruled on us by telling that they are invincible. And that their rule was in the interest of the Indians. All of you, do you remember this or not? We have studied this last week only. Britishers ruled on us by saying that they are invincible, nobody can defeat them, and that their rule is in our favor, is in our interest. The fact was, this got broken now, and this already done by the moderates through their economic critic like drain of wealth, because it is evaluation. Guys, some negative point, and I think the greatest negative point of this chapter of NCM was Muslims, if they participated, one reason was Khilafat issue. Guys, can I say that this movement became communal because a Muslim problem was involved, Muslim issue was involved. That is why Muslims participated. Otherwise, mostly they would not have participated at this point of time. Guys, can I say to some extent it basically communalized the Indian freedom struggle? Everyone, am I clear? Guys, I'm done with NCM. I gave almost 1 hour 30 minutes to NCM. In 90 minutes, I have covered your whole non-cooperation movement. I hope every query of yours is resolved. Guys, this is something that I promise. Every question of everyone, thanks to the subject experts also, it has been resolved. Pritha, you'll have to repeat, clarify the question. Now, one thing Ananya has raised, I did not want to get into that, but definitely I should, because, guys, see this point. I did not want to get into this, but one reason why this movement was called off is in front of you. The reason was that in Turkey itself, there was a movement started under Mustafa Kemal, and this movement wanted to remove Khalifa. They took all his political power, and by 1924, the caliphate was totally abolished. Guys, in Hindi, we have a saying. हिंदी में एक कोटेशन है, एक मुहावरा है, बेगाने के शादी में अब्दुल्ला दीवाना. Guys, who are we now? When those people only don't want Khalifa to rule, don't you think we Indians have no say? What would we do? How can we carry on with this movement when the people of Turkey themselves are against Khalifa? Nikhil, I'm not sure that happened. I'm not sure. What you are writing could have happened, but I'm not sure whether it happened or not. See, there are only 10-12 minutes. After that, I'll take up some of your questions. So I'm only giving you the introduction of the next chapter. Sai Babu, I don't understand your comments. You have written, sir, stopped discussing questions asked me, sir. I'm really sorry, Sai Babu, but this makes no grammatical sense. Please write clearly for me to understand your questions. I really want to answer your queries, but with this sort of question, what would I understand? Please understand my point also. Guys, our next topic is Swaraj Party. Let's move to the next topic. Guys, after NCM was called off, many people were unhappy. Guys, for example, Jawaharlal Nehru, he said NCM should not have been called off. Why? Because he said just because one or two wrong things have happened does not mean we call off the movement. Similarly, guys, your Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he called that this is a national calamity. Netaji was of the view that this should not have happened at this point. Similarly, guys, Ali brothers, they became critics. Not only these, C.R. Das. C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, they also were bewildered. They all were surprised that why has Gandhi ji called off the movement? Everybody was disappointed. And guys, around this point, March 1922, Gandhi ji was arrested and sent to jail for 6 years. Guys, he will get released in 23 months, that we will see. But right now, understand that Gandhi ji is in jail for next 6 years. According to the government, they have sent him to jail for 6 years. Now, all of you tell me one thing. Very simple point I'm asking. Swaraj Party, one name of it was Congress Khilafat Swaraj Party. The full name. Sedition, Dinesh. All of you, don't you think the movement is called off, the top leader is in jail, so invariably Congress and the Congress supporters at this moment, they would be disintegrated, disorganized, demoralized. All of you, don't you think, all of you tell me, don't you think this would have happened? That at this moment, Congress, people would be like, what should we do now? भाई कल तक यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे थे, अब क्या करें? व्हाट शुड वी डू नाउ? Same old Lakshmikant, same old Bipin Chandra. Should we study? Should we not study? No idea. Confusion in life. So, guys, at this moment, because this is the state of Congress, there is a debate that has started. This debate is what to do in the passive phase of Congress. What should we do at this moment when Congress does not have anything to do? What should be the thing that we should be doing? Guys, some leaders, C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Ajmal Khan, they all proposed that let us participate in the elections of provincial councils. So, guys, all these leaders at this moment they proposed that let us go and participate in the elections. If we participate in the elections, we would get into the houses, we would go in the councils, and by entering into the councils, we will expose the British over there. Whatever Britishers are doing wrong, all those wrong things would be exposed by us. Guys, in other words, they are saying that once we enter, either these councils will end or they will mend. End means we will not let these councils work, totally finish off these councils, or we will make these councils change their method. How would you change their methods, guys? I'm sorry. By obstructing these councils. So, everyone remember, the strategy would be nothing but obstructionist. We are going to obstruct this council at every point. We are going to continuously be obstructing this. Guys, these people, because they formed Swaraj Party, came to be known as Swarajists. Everyone, is this introduction of Swaraj Party clear? All of you, is this introduction of Swaraj Party clear? Guys, it is already 12:47. So only I have given the introduction. After the break, basically I'll get into this topic. Yes, Sachin, you will see after the break. Guys, this is one side of this Congress. There was another side also which came to be known as no changes. No changes were led by people like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Rajendra Prasad, Rajaji, M.A. Ansari. The no changers, as their name suggests, they are against any change. Their point is that, see, we should not go in councils, rather work on the, yes, Sachin, work on the constructive program done or approved by Gandhiji. Whatever Gandhiji has said, Let us go ahead with that only. Our leader is Gandhiji. Whenever he would be released from jail, whatever he says, we should follow that thing. As you can understand, guys, these two sides came head to head in Gaya session 1922. In Gaya, the no changers and the your Swarajists, they clashed. Both the sides, they clashed at this point. Swarajists, they proposed, and anyways, please understand, C.R. Das was the president of Congress. So Swarajists proposed that let us go into the council, but this proposal of Swarajists led by C.R. Das was rejected, or let me write another word, defeated. Now, all of you, you tell me, C.R. Das is the Congress president, and the president's proposal has been defeated. Don't you all think this is an embarrassment for the president of Congress? And that is why he resigned from Congress. Along with him, Motilal Nehru, he also resigned from Congress. And guys, I'm writing here, 1st January 1923, they went out and formed the party known as Congress Khilafat Swarajya Party, which had its view that we should participate in the council elections. Guys, they are only asking for this, that let's participate in the council elections, because they are saying with this we will open a new front against the British. We would oppose the British at one more place if we are doing this thing right now. And the last thing they are saying, at this moment there is political vacuum. If we go in the councils, we would fill this political vacuum. This vacuum would come to an end, and we would be able to challenge the government in a new way of political struggle. Everyone, any query till here in Swaraj Party? You have a minute. Anyone, any query? All of you, anyone, any query at this point of time when it comes to Swaraj Party? You have 1 minute. Think any query that you have. See, new front, Yamini, one more place where we would be fighting against the British. That is when we get inside the council. One more place we are going to oppose the government. One more place we are going to fight with them. No, Dinesh. They left Congress and they formed the party called Congress Khilafat Swaraj Party. Prajwal, how is it not a vacuum? Think about this now. NCM has been called off. No activity is happening. So they are saying it is political vacuum. Gulam, what election of provincial councils? There were elections. We studied GOI Act 1919. After that, there was election in 20. And again, after 3 years, 1923, another election was to happen. Every 3 years in those days, elections used to happen. So another round of elections is going to happen. Anyone? Okay. I would assume, yes, in those days, 3 years. I would assume, guys, your questions have been resolved. But yet, Let me open the live call section right now. I've allowed the live call. If anyone wants to talk to me directly, on phone also, you have 6 minutes. Dinesh, no, it's wrong now. I told you they left Congress and made a new party called Congress Khilafat Swaraj Party. So you're not correct. Your statement is not correct. Guys, those who have no queries, go and enjoy. Enjoy in the sense, for 1 hour, 1 to 2, you have a lunch break. Please eat, take rest so that you have the energy for next session 2 to 5. Please go and take the rest. Yes, cleric. 1st January 1923, this party was formed. I don't take mentorship calls, Gulam. Faculties don't take mentorship calls. I will arrange mentorship call for you if you have any doubt with regards to strategy or for that matter anything. I will arrange. Guys, mostly I have answered everybody's mails. Every one of you who have written the mails, I have done that. Yamini, because reading wanted him to, Gandhiji to denounce whatever was said by Ali brothers. Gandhiji understood through this. Reading wants to only create differences between Gandhiji and Ali brothers. So he refused to do that. That's why the, things fell. Pooja, write the mail. I'll arrange a mentorship call for you tomorrow. Tomorrow, be ready. You'll get a call. But write the mail. I cannot do that, without the mail. Gulam, write the mail. I'll arrange. Thank you. Guys, each and every query has been resolved. Not a single question is pending. Thanks to subject experts, we have been able to resolve each and every query. Dinesh, revision, I always say you should do from your notes. That's the thing. Sai Babu, I did not get your question. Sir and NCM, what do you want to know? Thank you, Dinesh. Guys, 3 minutes you have. If you don't have any query, please go rest, take rest, have food. If you have queries, please call me. I'm waiting for your call for 3 minutes. Gulam, that's up to you. Anyways, I'm making notes for you for every topic. For each and every topic, I've made the notes. It depends from which source you want to study. Guys, I have not got any queries from your side. I have zero query from your side. I'll still wait for 2 more minutes and then I'll call it off. Goodbye, Sai Babu. Sai Babu, please write your query clearly now. Shilpa, first of all, do this book, then only go for anything else. Gulam, you cannot expect that you will be able to remember everything in one reading. It will take some time. Rajan, that's not in my hands. You are getting the call facility here, you can utilize it here. That's not decided by me. Maybe they are testing it. Right now, it's in the pilot mode. We'll see if it is working properly or not, then only it will be introduced everywhere. We'll also see whether the questions are good or not. Are the people using this or not? So it's like in the pilot testing mode right now. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we would not introduce it over there. Yes, Pooja, it is. There is no doubt about that. It is more than sufficient. Afternoon, Hari. Hari, we are going for the break. So we'll start the class only 2 p.m. So Pooja, you go with Spectrum. If you're not able to understand Bipin Chandra, you can go ahead with Spectrum. Okay, Rajan, no problems, man. You can attend the evening batch also. Done, guys. Let's meet at 2.